Good morning, boys and girls. It's Monday, and this week we have a new topic in math class. We are going to be doing measuring this week. I get so excited when we have a new topic to talk about. So, along with measuring, your worksheets will still have some adding and subtracting practice just because we want to stay fluent on our facts. But let's talk about some new vocab words that you're going to see in this week's lesson. Some of them might be new, some of them won't be, but let's go over them anyways. So, one word you're going to see this week is shortest. Another one will be longest or tallest. So when you hear longest or tallest, they can be used interchangeably. So you can use either word. So of course, let's pretend we put Miss Kelly, myself, and Miss Sheila together. And I asked you, who is the shortest? Think for a minute and let's see if you get it right. Although it's close, you should have said Miss Jess is the shortest. Now, if we're talking about how tall we are, we wouldn't say who's the longest. So who would be the tallest out of us three teachers? And if you said Miss Sheila, you are right. So that's where you will see these terms this week when we talk about comparing different objects together. Your other words that have to do with measuring that are very important are, echo me, endpoints, gaps, overlaps. So I will talk more about these three vocab words when we get into some practice measuring. So let's take this away and let's compare some different writing tools. Let's they're not all writing tools, I guess, because I have a base 10 stick here. So here are my 5 different objects, okay? And what you're going to want to do on your worksheet is line different objects up, either from shortest to tallest, or tallest to shortest, or longest. So make sure you read your directions at the top of the page, okay? So it's easy for me to see. If I were to look at all these items, you might say, oh, that's easy. I see the shortest one. Okay, the base 10 stick is the shortest one. Oops, I'm going out of the camera a little bit. And you might say, oh, that's easy. The fluffy pen, the fun fluffy pen is the tallest. But it's not enough just to know those two. You're going to need to put them in order, okay? So your first worksheet has to do with shortest to longest. So let's do that. Now here's where your first vocab word comes in, okay, guys? The first word is endpoints, okay? So if I just have my objects here kind of scattered all around, it's hard to tell. It's hard to measure these. It's hard to tell which one is the shortest, and then the next shortest, and then the next shortest, because they're all over the place. So what we need to do, guys, is we need to make sure we line up our endpoints. So an endpoint is, just like it sounds, the end of your item. So I'm going to take this one here, and I'm going to take my next one, and look what I'm doing, guys. I'm making sure that my endpoints are lined up. Now, they're not going to be lined up at the top, of course, because they're all different lengths. But in order to measure them and determine their lengths, we have to make sure we line up our endpoints. Let me try to pull that down because you're not seeing the top of my fuzzy pen. Okay, so when you're doing your worksheet, and you have some little pictures to cut out, you're going to have to make sure you first line up the bottom end point, okay? Now I can see by looking at the top of my objects, which one is the shortest. So we're right that this one is our shortest. Which one is our next shortest? If you said the smelly marker, you're right. Again, don't forget to line up those endpoints. You might even take something, guys. Let me grab something. You might even take a book or a ruler or something. I'm going to use this here. And that way you can make sure your endpoints are lined up, okay? So let's see. Is my dry erase marker the next shortest? Notice how my objects are going up, almost like a staircase. And then my pencil, and then my fluffy pen is the tallest or the longest. You could say either one, okay? So let's mix them back up and do longest or tallest to shortest. So you already know, because it's pretty obvious how tall the fluffy pen is. Okay, but then let's look at the rest. Looking at these four, which one is the tallest? It is the pencil. Next, now remember, if your items get all mixed up like this again, you're not going to get an accurate measurement unless you line up your endpoints. Okay, now I can easily see the dry erase marker is the next tallest, and then the marker, then the base 10 stick. Do you see how my objects go down, like going down the hill or down the stairs? So we've now lined these up from longest to shortest or tallest to shortest, okay? So your worksheet for today and tomorrow is going to look like this is Monday's worksheet, okay? It says align the flowers on the line from shortest to longest. So guys, when you cut these flowers out, it is very, very, very important to cut around on that dotted line, okay? If you cut too fast and you cut the stem off or you cut the top off, your measurement will not be accurate, okay? So once you have used teacher cutting to cut all these flowers off, you're going to, don't glue yet. First, just arrange them in order from shortest to longest. So make sure, see this line here, guys? This is where your end point, the bottom of your flowers, should be sitting on. If all of your flowers are touching this line here, all of the end points are lined up, you will easily see which one is shortest, and then keep going, 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 all the way up to longest, okay? It'll look like your staircase is going up today. And then we just have some adding practice at the bottom. If you notice, they're all +7s, okay? Use some tricks if you want. Oh, look here. I see a double +1. 6 plus 6 is 12. So 6 plus 7 is 13. Okay. I could do a 9 trick over here. I see 9, but I'm going to think 10. 10 plus 7 is 17. Hop back 1. 16. Okay. I see another double hiding here. 7 plus 7 is 14, plus 1 more, 15. I'm going to stop there before I give you all the answers. So for the rest of them, you can start with the big number and count on, okay? Tomorrow's worksheet is almost the exact same thing But now you've got pencils, and you're going to align your pencils on this line, but this time, longest to shortest. So make sure you read those directions very good, okay, my friends? And then some more adding tricks, adding problems. They're all +8. So if you like to use the +8 trick, think 10. 10 plus 4 is 14. Hop back 2. 14, 13, 12. Okay? If you don't like to use the 8 trick, just put the big number in your head and count on. Okay? When you cut your pencils, this happens every year. Are you listening? Every year, somebody cuts the erasers off of the pencils. If you cut the erasers off, your measurements will not be accurate. So go teacher cutting all along the dotted lines. You can even get help from your grown-ups if they don't mind helping you, because these are very skinny pencils, okay? So if we look back to our words for this measuring unit, we've talked about shortest, longest, and tallest, and endpoints. These last two we're going to cover later in the week when you get to your Wednesday and Thursday work, okay? So that's it for now. Good luck on your worksheets. Send me a picture or a comment done if you've watched this video, just so I know you're doing your work. Save it to bring into me after vacation. And what else? Oh, so we're going to have some fun this week. We're going to do an art hub on Zoom later on this week. I will let you know the time and the day because I want to check with Miss Sheila first if she's doing any, okay? We'll probably do a Valentine's art hub together, okay? So have a good week. Send me a message if you have any questions. Miss you. Talk to you later.